Good evening, everyone. This is Mike. How's everybody doing? I'm here to do three responses to three film challenges that I've had. Now, this all came about because my friend Harry Benson, who is a member of the Grumpy Old Gentleman on Film and also the Film Appreciation Group on Facebook, Harry put out the idea that we should challenge each other to watch films that are somewhat out of our own comfort zone, films that by directors we've never experienced before, actors, or maybe just a genre that we don't care about and have no interest in watching unless we're challenged. So anyway, right away I got challenges from three different people, and so let me do all of them very quickly. The first challenge was by Brian Casella, who goes by the YouTube name of Kubrick Lover 1972. Now, Brian is a huge fan of Japanese cinema. He knows a lot about it, knows a lot about Japanese culture, as a matter of fact. And we had talked before about Japanese films, and I had told him that I had never seen anything by Akira Kurosawa. So he challenged me to do just that, and I decided to watch the only non-samurai Kurosawa film that I knew about, which is Ikiru from 1952. And of course, the word Ikiru means to live. And wow, I don't know what to say. This was wonderful. Really a great, great film. Very sad during most of it because it's about a man who is middle-aged or sort of past middle age, heading toward retirement age. He's a bureaucrat in a government office, very dull job. He has a son and a daughter-in-law who live with him, and they are not terribly close. We find out from the son and daughter-in-law that they only care about the man's money and all that sort of thing. So this poor man finds out that he is going to die in a few months from stomach cancer. And right away he is filled with this existential angst, and he's wondering what his life has meant. So he starts out by doing what a lot of people would do. He goes on sort of a drunken binge odyssey. He goes out to a bar one night. He meets a younger guy who is very sympathetic to what's happening to him, and he takes this older man to a bunch of different places where he can sort of, or supposedly, experience life really fast, get on the fast lane and meet women and all this sort of thing. So he does that, but that doesn't give him his life any meaning. But he actually does. By the end of the film, it's very uplifting, really, because we find out that he has done something that was meaningful to him and to other people and has a lasting legacy. Now, let's see. I probably can't pronounce the name of this actor, but I'm going to give it a shot. Takashi Shimura plays Kanji Watanabe. That's the name of the man who was finding out that he's not going to live very long. Let me read this sentence on the back of the Criterion release here, which, by the way, is an excellent print. Lots of good extra features as well. One of the greatest achievements by Akira Kurosawa, Ikiru shows the director at his most compassionate, affirming life through an exploration of death. That's a very profound thing to say. So, Brian, thank you. I absolutely love this. Now, I don't know if I'm the type that's going to get into samurai films. I would be very surprised if I were, but I'm very glad that I watched this. Beautiful experience. So the second challenge was from my friend Jordan Thompson, who is also a member of our Facebook group, the Film Appreciation Group. And we were chatting on the phone just several days ago, and he expressed horror when I told him that I had never seen Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I told him I had seen the first one because back when I was still working, I think it was 2014, a young guy that I work with expressed horror that I'd never seen any Terminator films. So he brought me the first one and he said, watch this. So I did, and it was okay. I didn't find it terribly memorable. Anyway, Jordan challenged me to go out and find a copy of Terminator 2. I didn't buy a copy, but I did rent it at Family Video. And it's, well, it was okay. I wasn't crazy about it. I'm not a big Arnold Schwarzenegger fan. I'm not a big action film fan, so this definitely was out of my comfort zone. But, there were some good moments in it, and the ending especially was very, very effective. So, and there's something about Arnold, his stiff delivery, his sort of like mask-like face, somehow it works, especially when he plays a character like this. But there were some very interesting moments when all the explosions were finished and they were not involved in a car chase and nobody was being bludgeoned or shot. when they were just sort of quietly talking to each other, then I thought the film was very good in many places. And Linda Hamilton is a very good actress. So I'm glad I watched it. I don't think I'll be watching all the other Terminator films, but thank you, Jordan, for challenging me to do this. And the third film challenge came from my friend Bob Harrison, and he challenged me to watch a martial arts film. So I went out and I found a used copy, quite by accident, of this, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I asked the guy at the shop where I bought this. I said, "Is this a good example of a martial arts film?" Because I knew nothing about it. I'd heard the title. He said it's probably one of the best. In fact, it's the type of movie that everybody should see, even if they don't like martial arts, because it's a classic of its kind. So, okay, good recommendation. So I watched this all the way through. First of all, what I liked about it, the cinematography and the locations were just absolutely beautiful. It also has some very good music in it too. But I'm not a convert to martial arts ism. I don't think I would never get into this again. Sorry, Bob, I'm not a convert. Didn't work. When they first got into the very first battle scene, these two women, the star of the film, Michelle Yeoh or Michelle Yao, a very beautiful woman, and the younger actress is also very beautiful. I can't remember her name at all, but when they got into their first battle and they were doing all this choreographed sword play and all that, and then they started flying into the air, I started laughing. I'm sorry, I can't take this stuff seriously at all. But I did watch it all the way through, and like Terminator 2, it had some very good quiet moments between the characters sometimes. So it had that to recommend it. But yeah, I guess I'm glad I watched this because now I know I have no interest in watching any more of these. Sorry, Bob. But thanks for the challenge anyway. Now the deal with this is that we're supposed to challenge someone else. I've already challenged Jordan Thompson to watch the film Niagara starring Marilyn Monroe because Jordan told me he had never seen a film with Marilyn Monroe. So that challenge is already up in the air, and we'll see how that goes. Comments are welcome.